Jackson Joe takes them out.
Top of the 8th here in Detroit. Tigers 1, Blue Jays nothing. Detroit comes up to bat. And they'll face a new pitcher for the Blue Jays. And it is...
Got that really depends on about 4 pitches, the 4-seam fastball, curveball, sweeper, and sinker. We'll throw the occasional changeup.
Yimi Garcia.
Really good fastball.
His first batter will be the catcher, Tomas Nido. That's the slider in the zone for strike 1.
That slider right on the inside part of the plate.
Defensive changes for Toronto.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Nido swings and misses at that fastball inside. And it's quickly 0-2.
Clement moves from first over to
Ernie Clement now at third. Vladdy at first. Miles Straw to right.
Comes the first baseman.
Is the Blue Jays defensive changes. Ashton Barger's day is done. Payoff pitch to Nido. And he hits a fly ball right to Bo Bichette.
Softly hit though.
Wow.
One down here in the 8th inning. Now a message from Rally House.
Playing fall, Michigan. Shop the latest in Tiger style with your favorite brands and throwback designs. Rally House has gear for every fan.
Here's Zach McKinstry, the 9-hitter in Detroit's lineup, and he rips one right to Michael Stefanik. 2 lineouts on 2 straight pitches.
It is still Springer in right.
And the leadoff man, Trey Sweeney,
Checking his card.
comes to the plate.
Sweeney steps to the plate for the first time. Tigers got the home run.
Actually, there was a
wrong
wrong in the Blue Jays defensive graphic. George Springer stays in right. And with 2 outs in the top of the 8th, Detroit still leading by 1. Trey Sweeney, the shortstop, comes up to the plate for his first at bat of the day, and he bunts one over the Blue Jays dugout.
He's been working on it all year. And whenever that third baseman is off the line and deep, he's going to give it a shot. Just couldn't lay it down.
That's exactly it. He's just checking them out, just saying where that is. And if you give me a shot, I'm going to see if I can lay it down.
Clement is in at third. 0-1 pitch. Sweeney swings and misses at a curveball at the knees. And it's 0-2 on him quickly.
Arm for the Blue Jays. A little bit up and down this year, but he's starting to dial it in. Walks have been on the high side, but you know one thing, there's always a lot of swing and miss.
Payoff pitch to Sweeney, and he fouls it back.
Change up at 92.
That's a hard change. And good downward action to it also. And it looked like Trey Sweeney was right on that, and it's a good thing it had that little bit of downward action because he just clipped the top of it.
0-2 pitch again to Sweeney. He rips one, and Vladdy makes a diving stop. Runs to the bag to end the inning. 3 great defensive stops by the Blue Jays infield, and they keep it a 1-0 ball game. We'll be right back from the Rogers Center. Bottom of the 8th incoming. Bottom of the 8th here in Toronto. Tyler Holton throws a cutter inside that Ernie Clement fouls off. Quickly 0-1 on him. Tyler Holton in the bottom of the 7th came in for 1 pitch and got a double play. So he'll come in to get the 8th. And he gets Clement to foul off another pitch. It's quickly 0-2 on Ernie.
Just again, a little more hittable this year. Those couple of correction due, batting average on balls in play the last 2 years. But also remember, Tyler Holton, right about, and sometimes it takes
0-2 pitch, outside in the other batter's box, a changeup that didn't move, 1-2.
4 runs his last 53 innings of work last year, starting in late June. I think when we see those first pitch strikes start to climb down, that's when you realize he's starting to dial it.
Another cutter outside, and the count is now tied at 2.
That it was the last 2 years. That's the pitch, and it feels like that's the leading indicator of when he's going to start being the Tyler Holton you've gotten used to, spoiled by, really. For his effectiveness the last
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and Clement fouls it back.
Yeah, I always look at Tyler Holton and Grant Herter as being very, very similar in dominating the outside part of the plate to right-handed hitters. And with that sinker on the outside corner, the changeup on the outside corner, and also that cutter that the back door just catches that outside corner. And just to keep them honest, they'll come in with that sinker on the inside and also the sweeper cutter in on the inner part of the plate.
Here's the 2-2.
2-2.
And that is spiked, and the count is full.
Curveball bounces. Ernie Clement, again, this is a guy who's going to swing the bat. He's not going to draw a walk. Last year for Toronto, got a lot of playing time. Hit 260. He's got a little bit of extra base.
Ernie Clement could give Toronto the lead. Could give Toronto the game-tying run on the base pass.
We hit lefties better last year. When Tyler Holden's right, he doesn't care which side you get from. It's just tougher on lefties.
Here's the full count pitch. Ball 4. Cutter down in the dirt. And Ernie Clement draws a leadoff walk. And as I say for pitchers, leadoff walks, never good.
First call and get the justice you deserve. Tiger Law. All we do is win.
Those last two pitches just look like either the mechanics are just trying to overthrow him a little bit.
Now Nathan Lukes to the plate.
And then just that last pitch
As the go-ahead run.
Just trying to overthrow.
First pitch to him, he shows bunt. He doesn't get it down.
Sweeper, oh man, on the appeal they say he did not go.
Ball 1.
Lucas at the plate. Did he pull the bat back in time? He offered that. Absolute. One sacrifice to his
1-0 delivery. Luke shows bunt again. Takes a sinker at the bottom of the zone. Strike 1.
Kinstry's pinching in at third onto the infield turf.
Torque was really bouncing too when he knew he was going.
1-1 pitch. Luke shows bunt again. He pops it down. McKinstry will fire to first to get the out, and that'll move Ernie Clement to second. So the Blue Jays have the game-tying run in scoring position with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and here comes Heineman. Tyler Heineman, the catcher, to the plate.
That will bring Alejandro Kirk out of the dugout to pinch hit for the switch hitting backup catcher, Tyler Heineman. This guy loves to swing in the first pitch. Running in last night's game, hitting 280. And that's
A.J. Hinch coming out.
Has been loosening in the Tiger bullpen.
And Will Vest is going to come in to replace Tyler Holton. It's a mound visit and a pitching change for the Tigers. Holton out, Vest in. We'll be right back from Toronto, as Alejandro Kirk will pinch hit for Tyler Heineman. Will Vest is now in here in the bottom of the 8th.
Big situation.
He'll face the pinch hitter Alejandro Kirk. Pinch hitting for Tyler Heineman.
Better against lefties, definitely the last few years. Righties, lefties about the same in his career, and he loves to swing.
Ernie Clement, the game-tying run, second. First pitch is a sinker in there for strike 1.
That's a stunner.
I always say just watch that first pitch against him. Alejandro Kirk turns back and says, I don't know about that one, but that looked like it had plenty of the plate.
Great year, pulled in.
0-1 delivery, and that's a sinker at the corner for strike 2.
Inner half of the plate.
And Alejandro Kirk did not like that call.
They are. They're good sinkers, starting in the middle of the plate running, and still catching that inside part. They're third.
Quick 0-2 pitch
A lot of ground balls, ground ball rate
to Kirk. And it's a fastball up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count now.
Mostly 4-seam fastballs that he can get all on the ground. All 3 of his pitches, it's mostly 2 types of fastballs and a slider with an occasional change, not many.
1-2 pitch. Kirk shoots it, foul.
Fouled on the right
First
field
base
line.
side.
Kirk wasn't going to let another one of those sinkers in on his hands go by. After those first 2 were called a strike, he says, man, I don't want to get called out. I got to swing it down.
Not second.
Getting the ball in the air. Just
All right, sorry about that. I thought my bike got stolen. 1-2 pitch is a slider in the dirt and in the other batter's box. The count's tied at 2 now.
Sure is.
Just
Sorry about that.
Swing and miss.
And he's been hot as of late.
2-2 offering right here, and it's inside. The count is full.
Burke has only drawn 4 walks all season. That's more than 130 trips to the plate. He has shown discipline in the past.
Toronto trying to get a second
This is close.
base runner. Here's the full count pitch. Kirk fouls it away
Wasn't close. It was middle of the
and
plate.
stays alive.
Movement on that fastball, fouled it off.
And that's what Will Best can do when he's got that kind of movement and that kind of velocity. And you've seen also with Brisky and Reese Olson and Will Best just both throwing the four seamer, all 3 of them.
Here we go.
Four-seam
Full
and
count
the
pitch.
sinker both, so you can't
Runner at
hear
second is
just
Clement.
one of those fastballs.
Toronto down 1. Kirk taps it foul.
Hard slider at 90 and improved slider for Will Best this year. It's one of the reasons his ERA is down and it's even tougher to hit.
Clement at second, the game-tying run. Kirk at the plate trying to drive him in. Here's the full count pitch from Vest. Kirk shoots it. Fair ball into right field. Ernie Clement will score. Alejandro Kirk comes through. And the Blue Jays have tied it at 1. An RBI single from Alejandro Kirk has tied things. What a great at-bat from Alejandro Kirk. Pinch hitting. And he shoots one into right to tie the game. And here goes my internet again. Come on. God, I'm getting tired of this.
Shell Renewable Race Fuel.
Now here's the 9-hair Michael Stefanik. And he takes a sinker at the bottom of the zone, strike 1.
The guy who will not walk, Ernie Clement.
Because we're moving forward with effort.
Stefanik takes strike 1.
Shell, powering progress.
Stefanik hitless today, and he hits one foul, and it's quickly 0-2 on him. In the Blue Jays bullpen, warming up,
Hoffman warming in the bullpen
it's Jeff Hoffman.
for Toronto. ERA is unsightly, but he's actually
0-2 pitch is inside for ball 1.
up in the offseason, and he's good.
A sinker that could not find the zone.
Well, thinking about that ball right down the right field line, and Kirk didn't even think about going to second base on a double.
No, he was checking in at first base.
1-2 delivery, and woo, a sinker at the corner, and Stefanik gets the benefit of the doubt. 2-2. That was a really nice pitch from Will Vest, and he didn't get the call.
Bringing it up, and Nito was surprised too. He was thinking, "Oh, I got a strikeout."
2-2. Stefanik goes fishing and fouls it off.
Below the knees, Stefanik stays alive. Another guy's not going to do damage in the power department. Hasn't hit for average, but he generally is going to put the ball in play. Tough guy to get to swing and miss.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and they got him. Stefanik strikes out swinging.
That's been a big development for Will.
He chased one in the dirt, and I thought he got a piece of it, but it might have went into Tomas Nito's glove. And now the Blue Jays order turns over to the top, and here's Bo to the plate.
And it's nice to see him development, but when he throws it right, it's gotten a really
Kirk at first, the game's go-ahead run as Bo shoots that one foul.
Bichette swings at the first
Strike
pitch,
1.
out of play. 2 base runners through 6 innings against Reese Olson. 6 shutout innings and brilliant. O'Brisky walked a couple in the 7th inning and walked Tyler Holton to start the 8th inning. Is led in the time.
0-1 offering to Bo, and it's a slider. that drops below the zone. The count is tied at 1.
With that slider, that's a good miss.
I mean, look at that, the shape to that. It's a hard slider, and it's got just enough vertical, just enough horizontal to make it a
1-1 delivery. Sinker that can't find the zone. It's low. 2 balls and a strike on Bo.
Double and a home run last night for Bichette. 1 for 3 today, bounced into a double play. Dan Bessett been getting a lot of contact on the ground this year.
2-1 pitch. Bo ground ball, foul ball.
Third baseline.
And that'll tie the count up at 2.
Ground balls.
Well, I still, when you look at this lineup too, you know, when you have to navigate Bo Bichette and Guerrero Jr., I mean, it's no easy task.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Kirk at first. Game all tied at 1.
Really good hitters.
Here's the pitch. And check swing. He didn't go. Count is full. Slider that he just laid off. Oh. It looked like Bo went.
That's 2 in this.
But he got the call.
That call right.
And he stays alive.
Check swinging.
See if he goes right back to it again.
Full count pitch with 2 outs. The runner at first. Here it is. And Bo shoots it up the middle. That's going to be right to Colt. Fire to Torque at first. That'll do it. But Alejandro Kirk, who pinch hit for Tyler Heineman, delivered a hell of an at-bat to tie this game at 1. We head to the 9th inning. All tied in Canada. Welcome to the 9th inning. The Tigers and the Blue Jays all tied at 1, and a new pitcher for Toronto. It's their closer in his first season with the Blue Jays, Jeff Hoffman.
They just battled to the last out. Every team says that, but this team does it day in and day out, even though they're down 6.
His first batter will be another player in his first season with a new team. It's Glaber, and he takes a slider that just misses
Tie game going to the 9th inning.
outside and low.
Has been really impressive.
1-0 on Glaber.
And this is the right guy to have leading off this inning. He wants
Fastball that just dropped below the zone. Quickly, 2 balls, no strikes. Count in Glaber's favor.
It's Glaber Torres. You know he's going to put up that good
Glaber,
ball.
who's DHing today, hit a double in the first inning for his only hit. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And it's a fastball outside, and Hoffman's starting to lose Glaber. 3 balls, no strikes.
What a strange, this is a great
Hoffman having a rough season. 19.1 innings, an ERA at over 6. 38% strikeout rate, it's a 4% walk rate. Here's the 3-0 pitch, and it's inside. 4-pitch leadoff walk delivered by Glaber, and the Tigers have the go-ahead run on the base pass. And as I say for pitchers, leadoff walks, never good.
But the confidence level may be a little bit low right now, Dan.
Yeah, and right there didn't really come close and knows what the situation is and knows he's got to come out and keep that leadoff runner off the bases and just miss.
Now to the plate, it's Riley for the Tigers.
Consecutive pitches. Now you got one of the hottest hitters in the Tigers lineup on.
Splitter right down the pipe, strike 1.
There's some movement off the plate and then onto the plate. Jays have pitched Riley tough today. 3 strikeouts. Facing all lefties.
Riley fouls that pitch into left, actually, and in the corner. It stays in play, and Lukes makes the catch. Glaber going to second, and he's out! Nathan Lukes cuts down Glaber at second. He tried to tag up, and it's a double play. An unexpected double play. I thought Riley Green hit that one foul down the left base line. And he didn't. It was in the corner in play. In fair territory, Lukes makes the catch. Glaber tags, and Nathan Lukes cuts him down at second. AJ Hinch will challenge this.
Looking for the angle. Here we go. Here we go. Look at the right hand. I
That's
think
close.
he got the hand in, but if I'm in New York and I'm watching that,
You got to see if that glove, if the hand goes right into the glove initially. Right
so
there.
So does he touch him? Bang!
I think
feels like
Glaber's
the
safe.
hand got in. I don't think that's going to be conclusive for anybody in New York. But what do you think? I thought the
The
hand
right
got in.
hand may have got in before Michael Stefanik got the tag on
His
him.
hand got in and he
That's a
touched
great
it
look.
up on the shoulder.
Oh man, that's
After
close.
the hand was on
It's
the
really
back.
close.
Yes, that's the way it looked live.
After review, the following the field stands, the runners out.
And the challenge was not won by the Tigers.
Torres has been thrown out at second.
They lose the challenge, and Glaber gets thrown out at second after Riley flies out to left. And now with 2 outs in the top of the ninth,
I mean, if it's off by a foot or two, he's
Carey
safe.
comes to the plate for
And
Detroit.
Of course, wants to challenge because that's a huge play. If they can get that call correctly and it goes the Tigers' way, you've got 1 out and 1 on second.
Carey takes a splitter up and outside for ball 1.
Step to the plate. Second at bat for him. Lefties have had the edge against Hoffman this year when he's right. This is a guy who shuts down righties, lefties.
Swing and a
Good
miss.
splitter, middle of the
Splitter right down the middle. Strike 1.
Just feel good with Carpenter at the plate. Hitting for average, hitting for power.
2 outs, no one on. Game tied at 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Carey, and he swings and misses at a low splitter.
That's the best
1 ball,
splitter
2
he's
strikes.
Yeah, they've got really good downward action to them.
Jeff Hoffman trying to keep this
Coming out of the hand in the strike zone.
keep this game tied, and maybe Toronto can walk it off. Here's the pitch. Carey ground ball. Stefanik has it. Fire. Got him. That was Bo Bichette.
Can't get anything started in the ninth.
Bo Bichette got the ground ball up the middle. And we head to the bottom of the ninth. Tied at 1 in Toronto. Let's see if they can walk it off. New pitcher for the Tigers in the bottom of the ninth. Brennan Hanafy will try and send this thing to extra innings. In 22.1 innings this year, 18 games. An ERA at 2, a strikeout rate at 16, and a walk rate of 4.3 with an opponent OPS at 626. And he'll get to face Vladdy to start things off. And a sinker that misses outside, 1-0.
Bring him into the games. You've got righty, lefty, righty here in the ninth.
He pitched last night and threw 30 pitches.
1-0 pitch. Vladdy taps it foul.
Soft tap on the ground.
The count is tied at 1.
Has been nicked for a run in his last couple of outings. So we want to get out here and especially facing Guerrero Jr. just right out of the gate. So tough first out. Just keep him off the bases.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And that's at the corner, strike 2. Really nice slider from Hanafy. That freezes Vladdy.
With the walk.
And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Tigers have got Vlad Guerrero Jr. to beat the ball into the ground the last 2 days. Yesterday was an infield single and 2 soft ground balls to second. Today, soft fly ball to right, a ground ball to second and a walk.
Payoff pitch to Vladdy. Slider in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Discipline, walk rate is up, power numbers are down. It's a lot of balls on the ground. He's been scorching the ball, but it's been mostly on the ground.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Woo! Big league take on that fastball. It just missed outside. The count is full.
Throw it perfectly. Nito set up right on the outside part of the plate and maybe just and presents it so
Here we go. Full count pitch. Toronto trying to get the winning run on. Vladdy ground ball. Colt Keith, what a stop. Fire to first. They got him.
Beautiful.
An outreach grab by Colt to save a base hit. And he makes the throw over to Torkelson at first. And Vladdy
If that ball
is
stays
retired.
down, that's going to be really difficult for Court Keith. But because he hits it so hard.
And now Dalton Varsho will come up to the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth and the game tied at 1.
Enabled Court Keith to make a nice play to get that first.
Whoa! Fastball way outside, got by Nito. Lucky there's no base runner on at first.
115 off the
1-0 on
bat.
Varsho.
As a pitcher, you don't care if you got him to bounce it in the dirt right in front of home plate. Takes a lot of the steam out of it, if not the top spin.
Varsho rips one into right field. It's a fair ball, and Varsho is digging to second. Carey had trouble with it. It's a double for Dalton Varsho with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth, and the Blue Jays have the game-winning run in scoring position.
A lot of success.
He ripped that one to right, and it was just fair.
Selection either, missing that badly.
And now George Springer, with 1 out in the bottom of the ninth, and Varsho at second, has a chance to walk it off.
Stays with it to get himself in scoring position with just 1 out.
Springer hit this.
And if he looks over at Varsho at second, now delivers the first pitch to Springer, and he fouls it off. 0-1.
Fastball sinker in, potential winning run at second base. Santander is waiting on deck. He's had a really rough first season in the Blue Jays uniform. Big free agent signing in the offseason. Varsho has good speed.
0-1 delivery, Springer up the middle. Colts got it, fire to first. They get the out at first. It moves Varsho to third, and with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, the Blue Jays have the winning run 90 feet away, and Anthony Santander will pinch hit and try and walk things off for Toronto. He's had a pretty rough season in his first year in Canada. After signing a 5-year contract with the Blue Jays after a stellar run with Baltimore. Maybe if he can get a walk-off hit here, it'll spark things and really turn Anthony Santander into the monster that we saw last season. And instead, the A.J. Hinch will intentionally walk Tony Taters, and the Blue Jays will have the runners at the corners with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, and Ernie Clement will come up to the plate.
Winning run at third.
Here we go.
2 outs.
Clement takes a sinker right down the middle for strike 1.
The strike zone, strike 1.
And Anthony Santander moves to second on defensive indifference.
Generally makes contact. Say it again, he will not walk.
0-1 delivery. Clement ground ball into right field, and that'll do it. The Blue Jays walk it off. Ernie Clement with a walk-off single, and the Blue Jays come back and get it done. 2-1 and win it in the Rogers Center. See y'all later. RB out. Peace.